What's going on, everyone? We have to talk about DeAgent AI, AIA, because this thing is doing exactly what Chain Opera AI did. And if you didn't catch it early on enough, you were screwed. But thankfully, we are seeing the patterns here. So I got to talk today about what I think is about to happen to DeAgent AI. I made a video yesterday talking about how it pumps massively and how it could pull back. But I also mentioned how it's looking exactly like Chain Opera AI. We're going to talk about this, and we're going to talk about the strategy that these people are using to pump and dump projects to make extremely large amounts of money. And I'm going to talk about how you guys can stay safe from that and how you could probably also profit from projects like this. Anyways, let's get straight into it. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. So looking at the charts here for DeAgent AI, this thing is up 645% in the last 24 hours, and it's up 39% in the last hour. And the last 7 days, 1,800%. Last 14 days, 1,600. In the last 30 days, 667. So I first called this at 50 cents, as you guys can see right here. I first called it at 50 cents. And I did that like last month. And now you can see the current price of DeAgent AI is now at $25. So that's actually crazy. But I'll say this, guys. This project, don't look at it as like a long-term project. I don't think it's going to be a long-term solid project. I think it's going to do exactly what Chain Opera AI did. I think it's going to hit a peak like it's doing now. It's going to dump massively. Then it's going to pump again. And it's going to dump massively again. Maybe it'll do it a third time, but there's another project that I think they're also operating, and that is MYX Finance. So we're going to talk about this one too. So they're doing this to multiple properties, guys, or not properties. I'm thinking about something else. Look, they're doing this to multiple projects. But if you look over here at Blue Whale AI, this might be the next project. So we're also going to talk about this. So we got a lot to talk about in this video today, guys. In the video yesterday, I tried to put out as much info as I could about it, but it still took off, you know, and that's just what happens with stuff like this. It still took off, even though it was looking like it could pull back. But as you can see here, it did not pull back. It didn't get rejected anywhere. So I thought it would be rejected at that resistance and then pull back some. But I was also mentioning how the top 7 holders have 99% of the supply. And this is why I say be careful with this project, even though it's pumping 99% of the supply. Because look, most people are going to look at the top trending coins and they're like, what? 670% in 24 hours? They're going to look at all this and it's going to look attractive. They're going to be like an AI project, ranked number 58 already. This is how they do it. This is how they catch you. And then look, you're going to look over here at top gainers, and it's on the top. It's on the top for literally everything. And this is how Chain Opera AI was when they first came out. This is how MYX Finance was when they came out. And see, I'm noticing patterns here. Look, they still have around the same amount of holders, but out of nowhere, all this money just comes in, like literally like crazy. All of this money just now came in out of nowhere, out of thin air, and they hardly have any extra holders. Well, maybe the whales with all of the money here that already hold 99% of the supply, and some other people are buying it up. Maybe they're just buying it up now. Because now if you look at it, this thing is crazy at 2.1 billion inside of market cap. 24 hours ago, it was 312 million market cap. Now it's 2.1 billion. And now the fully diluted value is 21 billion. But look at the structure. I want you guys to notice this pattern. Total supply, 1 billion. Circulating supply, 100 million. Circulating supply, 10% of the total supply. Keep that in mind. Remember that, because this is important. MYX Finance, total supply, 1 billion. Circulating supply, about 10% of the total supply, 190 million. You see where I'm going with this? Chain Opera AI, 1 billion supply. Circulating supply, about 10% of the total supply, 196 million again, like the other ones. And now there's another one that I've spotted that also might be controlled by them. I don't know if they are controlling all these other ones, but other people are spotting this as well. AIA is this is what this guy says. He says AIA is a project launched by the same people who launched MYX Finance and COAI. Therefore, we can expect significant profits from this project in November. Congratulations to everyone on another successful project. Obviously, he's being sarcastic, but what he's pretty much saying is congratulations on catching this and getting your gains, but a lot of people are going to get burned. The people that don't know that this type of stuff is a pump and dump, they're going to get burned. You have to know when to sell. If you're in DeAgent AI, congratulations, you just made a bunch of money. Now get out. Get out now before this thing completely dumps on you. Because when it dumps, it's not going to be pretty. All right, and I've been trying to tell people about these different projects like DeAgent AI. Like, there's a lot of projects like this that are doing like crazy numbers, but it's very dangerous to try to buy these projects, right? Anyways, I thought it would have been rejected right here, but it just kept running and running and running and running. As you can see here, I first started talking about this way back here because I noticed we had a rising wedge, which is a bullish pattern. So I was like, hey, this might be a good project to get in on now. And it did go up, and then it went back down from there. And then I started making other videos, say, hey, it's bottomed out. And then boom, it starts to go off again. But still, we're seeing the same thing. And then, like I said before, there's another project. I don't know if it's ran by them. But what do we see again? 10 billion this time, not 1 billion, but 10 billion total supply, max supply. Maybe they wanted to switch it up. And then you can see the circulating supply. 10% of the total supply. So why does this matter? Why does this matter when we see the circulating supply being 10% of the total supply? It matters because it gives a false sense of security. It gives a false sense of security. You think, oh, all those coins are burned or all of them are locked. Oh, okay, nice. And you think, oh, this project has 21 billion fully diluted value. That's nice, but it only has 2.1 billion market cap. Really, it does not have that much money in it. It does not have that much money in it. And I'll tell you guys why. The way they're doing this is very slick and strategic. They really don't have that much money in there. They have a bunch, like I said, the top wallets hold almost everything, and they are locked. These top wallets are locked. Nobody is touching them because they're locked, right? And nobody is selling them because they are locked. And you can see the same thing when you go to the COAI. I don't really mess with the on-chain data here on SUI because I really don't do much on SUI. So like that's why I'm looking at it. I'm like, okay, what am I looking at? But if you look at the on-chain data of Chain Opera AI, you can see the clear manipulation. Like, you think that these top projects are like, these top wallets, you know, are like really locked, but they're just not selling. But they're not selling because the number 7 wallet, you're probably not going to pay much attention to it, but it has just as much money, if not even more actual money that's actually accessible, that's not locked. Those are the wallets that are dumping. Yes, the people that are selling $1 million directly to BitGet so they can off-ramp $1 million. And then they do another one 11 hours later, another $1.3 million. And then they keep liquidating millions and millions and millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars out of these projects, right? You think these projects are all the way up here at 2.1 billion market cap or 21 billion fully diluted value. But in reality, these projects don't have $21 billion. They don't have 2.1 billion in there. It's not how market cap works. So it really doesn't have that money in there. It's just that they took they made the project themselves. They granted themselves coins, right? They gave them all coins. They're like, here, other rich person, here's your coins, here's your coins, here's your coins, all the way at the bottom. And then they buy a little bit in the top wallets, and then they never touch those. They don't touch those top wallets. They don't touch some of them that are the ones that they gave to each other at the beginning. But when they actually start buying to start pushing the price up, and then they start promoting, and then other people start buying in, and then they keep pushing the price up, well, they've already gotten in. So now as the price keeps raising and raising and raising, it gets to a point where now they got to cut it. Now they got to cut the chain loose and sell and take all their profits. And that's what they've done here inside of COAI AI. That's exactly what they've done here. If you look at what they've done here is actually crazy. They got this thing all the way up here to 8.6 billion in market cap, and now they dumped it all the way down to 206 million in market cap. Wonder how they did that, right? So MYX Finance. If you go to MYX Finance, they got this all the way up to 3.2 billion, 3.3, and now it's at 383 million. Right? You see exactly what they're doing to DeAgent AI now. They have this thing pumping massively. I guarantee you this thing's going to be sitting around 300 million market cap or 200 million within the next 2 weeks. And it might not go all the way down. It might go halfway down and then go back up, but you don't want to mess with it. Now, if it does go all the way down, you might have the opportunity to get in before it starts to break out. But still, I wouldn't mess with it. I just wouldn't mess with any of these. But yeah, this project is doing huge numbers, but I see the same thing happening here that I've seen with the other projects that I've mentioned. So just be just be extremely careful. A lot of people are actually waking up to this. So this person realizes what's going on now, and yeah, it could drop, it could pull back, break out again, and then continue. But I still would not mess with this at all. And as you can see here, just absolutely crazy numbers, and it's still going up. So look, I gotta move the Fibonacci up all the way here just because of what it's done so far. So as it's pulling back now, we actually might start seeing some dumping here. Look over here. Yep, we can see a break right here in the candlesticks. So look for $20, and then after that, I don't know, maybe it'll keep going, or maybe it'll pump, or maybe it'll drop down more. But yeah, I would say be extremely careful with these projects. You know, a lot of people are scamming people. And the next one I think that they're doing is Blue AI. I think it's going to be this. And it's not just because the coin structure here, but you know, I just have a feeling like that I have a feeling that it's sketchy. Like I can feel the sketchiness to the project, right? Because I was doing some research, and then people were like, what about BLUP, or like something like that? BLUP. It's a coin that they created before this that's connected to this. So maybe this project might not be, you know, connected. But you know, it's hard to tell because Chainhopper AI, they showed their face, right? And Blue Whale AI, they're showing their face,
At some point,
but something is telling me this might be AI. They are an AI project. So it wouldn't be too far-fetched for them to make like an AI CEO, right? Or like an AI video, or like, you know, AI people, right? It make you think that like these are real people that actually run the project, but in reality, they've never shown their face, right? And then we have the other one, DeAgent AI here. If you go and look this up, you really don't see who the people are that built DeAgent AI. You don't see any of them. It is a Chinese project, and they are pretty big on AI out there. And a lot of people have been saying that a lot of these projects that are coming out that are scams are Chinese ran. And then we have the COAI as well. So let's go ahead and bring that up here as well. So you can see there is a constant thing here, a constant theme here of projects coming into the space that are AI based, that just so happen to also be pump and dump based, right? And it just keeps happening. Chainhopper AI, this was the other one, San Francisco, California, as you can see right there. And there's a reason why I'm saying that. Just bear with me here. Just bear with me. And as you can see right here, Blue Whale AI, San Francisco, California. And then DeAgent AI, they were built on Sui, so they might be different. But the COAI one might be the same developers as the Blue Whale AI that I just showed you. So maybe it'll become the next, maybe not. But again, I'm going to keep you guys updated on this. This project is, you know, it could be another one to watch, maybe, or not. You know, you just never know. But looking at the wallet structure, I mean, it looks just as sketchy as the other ones. Like, look at it. This is why I'm like, all right, Blue Whale AI is their next pump and dump, because it's obvious that they're doing it. They just keep doing it and making millions and millions and millions of dollars. Just millions upon millions of dollars scamming people. So, anyways, this wallet right here, no significant transfers. And this is a common thing when you look at most of the wallets, none. But then eventually you get to that one after like the 7th one, you start to see, here's where the whale transactions are happening. And when I say whales are dumping, I don't just say that, guys. I actually go through the on-chain data and see like who's dumping, like who exactly is the whale that's dumping. So this first one, and this is for the Blue AI project, because this could be a gem if it's I don't want to say legit because none of them are legit, but this could be it. But anyways, as you can see here, 2.3 billion coins granted to them. Oh, and this is where it all comes full circle. This is where it all comes full circle. Watch this. You go to the holders here of COAI. Let's go to just these first three. Now you see they just granted themselves coins, and before they do it, they do their test transactions. This is what they did on COAI first. They did test transactions. And you come here. They tested it out before they gave themselves coins that they were going to dump on everybody. Test transactions, COAI. Over here, test transactions, still COAI. And I can't show you the ones for DeAgent AI because it's on COAI, and I don't like. I'm gonna have to go and look at their on-chain data first and learn how it operates first before I start talking about that. But you come over here, test transactions. This is Blue Whale AI. This one right here, just a bunch of back and forth transactions here, but it's a significant amount that they sent. But they tested it out first and gave themselves 2.1 billion coins. And since then, they've been sending to multiple wallets. Why would they be sending to multiple wallets, you would say? Oh, it's just so they could dump, right? It's just so they could dump on you. That's why they're sending it to different wallets. So then you don't look at the first wallet. You don't look at the top wallets because most people don't look at on-chain data. But when you actually go in the on-chain data, the top whales are sending it to other wallets. So then they can go ahead and send it to centralized exchanges. This is what we call wash trading. This is actually illegal. Well, I don't want to say it's actually illegal. Well, wash trading is more trying to hide from taxes. Let's say that. So this is technically not wash trading, but they're washing their transaction. That's why it's called wash trading. So the IRS kind of uses that term, but they're washing their transaction. They don't want people to see that they're sending it to themselves so then they can sell it to a centralized exchange for cash. They're doing this with huge amounts of money, extraordinary amounts of money. Like they're dumping, like literally. This one right here is just straight up sold already. Gate.io sold all of it. This is the Blue Whale, the Blue AI one. So yeah, as you can see, they're dumping here. This wallet right here, they already dumped. They already dumped what they had. So yeah, they dumped about 9 days ago. What else? We just have so many transactions here. This one right here, I think I was looking at this one before, but still, all those sells to KuCoin. This one right here, they're masking their sells as well. So if you go ahead and you click to these wallets that they're sending it to, this is where they're dumping. Look, 2.1 billion coins, but I guarantee you they're selling it to HTX. They sold 2.5 million to this one because that was one wallet they sent it to. Then the other wallet they sent to, it went to KuCoin hot wallet, millions of dollars. The other wallet they sent to, Gate.io, 40 million right there. That's 40 million coins, not dollars. And then we have this wallet right here. This is another wallet. Oh no, this is the one I think before that sent it to all the other ones. But yeah, as you can see, I think again, Blue Whale AI is probably going to be the next one. But it does seem like a lot of them have already gotten out of Blue Whale AI. So that's the only thing that's a little bit sketchy. They've already gotten out of it. So I don't know if they're going to keep doing it, but this is obviously another one, 25 million. So you get the gist here. Like I don't have to keep showing you, but they're dumping. Like they're literally dumping on everybody. So, it is what it is at the end of the day. This is the last one right here I'm going to show you guys. And then that'll be it. So this one right here, let's click there. So they sent to this wallet, and a bunch of other wallets. And I guarantee all those coins are getting sold for dollars. So we come over here, we look at this. All right, so this wallet has money coming in, some money coming out. Let's see. Yep, they sold here to Gate.io a bunch. Bunch of sales over there. And then what else do we have? We got this other one, Gate.io. Gate.io, 50 million, 499. I mean, just look at it. More. Gate.io, all of them are sales. Well, transfers to other wallets, that is. And then this one, they're probably selling all of this, but I really don't want to go through all of these wallets and, look at it like that. But anyways, you guys see what I'm talking about. They're scamming people. They're creating fake projects. It is what it is. So let's see what happens with Blue Whale AI. And I said this a long time ago. I said, what do these projects actually do? What do they actually do? What's the actual use case for most of these AI projects in crypto, right? And since we were talking about DeAgent AI, I want to bring this full circle to you guys so we can just specifically sit here and talk about, DeAgent AI, because again, that was the original one that we're talking about. So let's go ahead and click this DeAgent AI, and we're going to go to their website. We're going to look for what exactly it is that they do. And spoiler alert, you're going to see they don't really do anything. So anyways, we have their AI agent, and COAI actually has an AI, but it's literally ChatGPT copied, and it's terrible. It doesn't really work. Like, I've tried to use it before. It doesn't really work like that. But yeah, coming soon, True Sites. What's True Sites? AI powered info fi network. Oh, so like Google, right? Okay, because we already have that. COAI, an ecosystem product by DeAgent AI and no-code DeFi quant agent for the Web3 era. COAI enables users to explore, build, and deploy customizable trading strategies with ease. So you have a trading bot. Okay, you have a glorified trading bot. Alpha X, the first AI model developed through the DeAgent AI. Okay, so you have a price checker. It checks the price and it checks the user sentiment of what you're looking at. Okay, I see what you guys do. And now you have staking and you have AI agents. So DeAgent AI, as you can see here, this is their, I guess this is their staking. You just come here, you just stake. Okay, that's all you have. So you can see, like, it's nothing groundbreaking, right? Like, they market themselves as an AI project, but it's really not, and it's nothing groundbreaking. This is how they trick people to get into the project. This isn't really an AI project. Anyways, just wanted to kind of put people on game about this. This is an informational video more than anything. So most people aren't going to watch it. Most people aren't going to watch the full video. And most people aren't going to know how to spot these types of projects. And again, for all the people that have watched the full video, we may or may not see Blue Whale AI have the same fate. So what I would say is, if you want to do a gamble, right? Blue Whale AI could be a gamble, right? It's a gamble. That's all it is. Like I say, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. I gambled with COAI and I got burned, right? And I'm kind of sitting there waiting for it to go up, but I'm like, maybe I'll move the money somewhere else. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing with COAI yet. But this is a gamble right here because it's at the bottom and it has not had a major pump and dump yet. We have had whales dumping and selling, like I just showed you guys, but it hasn't been a major pump and dump yet, not a major one. So let's say you put in $100 at current prices. That gives you 5,605 coins. Let's say this does some stupid numbers, right? And gets up to like $20. That'd be 112,000 off of $20. So let's look at the realistic. Let's see if it's realistically going to get there by taking the circulating supply and multiplying it by $20. 24.5 billion, and that would be in market cap, not fully diluted value. So that's probably not going to happen, right? And this one's different. This one's different, but it's kind of the same. It's different because it has more total supply and circulating supply. Usually they do it with 1 billion total supply projects, but Blue Whale AI is a 10 billion one. So it's a little bit different. So the prices aren't going to get as high. That's pretty much how I'm explaining it. So if we're going to be realistic and look at how much these projects typically get to, they typically get to like 1 to 3 billion inside of market cap. So if we do $2, we're looking at 2.4 billion. I would say on average,
let's give them 2.4 billion. Let's say they can run it up to 2.4 billion, which is $2. Let's say you had your $100 divided by 0.01781 multiplied by $2. So you could turn $100 into $11,000, right? Or $1,000 into $111,000, but then it's way more riskier. So $100, most people can afford to gamble that. So you could turn it to $11,000 if it gets to $2, which would be approximately $2.4 billion market cap, which is usually where these scam AI coins are ending up. So this could be a gamble. If you guys watched the full video, we're gonna come back to this because I haven't made an official video on Blue Whale AI yet, because I still don't know if it's going to reach the masses like that. But if it does, then I definitely want to make sure people from this channel are benefiting from it the most. Because I called DeAgent AI at 50 cents. I called COAI at I forgot which price I called that at. I've called a lot of different projects at different prices. I called MYX Finance actually as well. That was another one of the AI scam type of projects. But yeah, I've been calling these price points, but I want people to realize, like, you cannot get into these types of projects long term. So I'm gonna make sure on every video, I'm gonna make sure if it's not a long term project, I'm gonna make sure I say that at the beginning of the video. Like, this is not a long term. This is a gamble. This is a trade. We're not going long term on this. All right. Only things I'm looking at for long term, I don't even look at anything long term. I'm gonna be honest. I just trade. I don't do any long term stuff. That's why. But anyways, shout out to all you guys. Shout out to all the new subscribers. Shout out to all of the new members. Go ahead and become a member of the channel. Only $9.99 per month. I'll go over any crypto or stock that you want me to go over, as long as you become a member of the channel, and then go on any one of my videos and leave a comment and let me know what you guys want me to go over. So go ahead and do that. Hit the like button, subscribe, all that good stuff. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. And as always, I'll be back with another video.